3.
What's up guys, it's Austin Height, and I just thought that before I release this song on April 10th called 24 Hours, it's only right if I take a rewind back and look at some of my favorite past projects that I had released throughout my career and just kind of do a little checkup. Alright, so the first one that I wanted to talk about is the 4-track EP that I released. It was my first ever compilation of songs. It was called High School Eulogy. It was released on October 31st of 2019. I believe I was a junior in high school, and that was one that I'll always hold near and dear to my heart, deep down right here, because it was the first time that I ever felt like the kids at my school and like the friends that I had at the time, whether it be like the other kids on the basketball team or like my track friends or whatever, they actually really enjoyed my music and they showed it to their friends, and it was really cool. Just to finally feel like the work that I was putting in, people were all like, yo, that's really cool music that you're making. Even though it wasn't their favorite at the time, it was still something that they listened to and they supported me for the first time, so that was really cool. I gotta talk about something else for the High School Eulogy. The High School Eulogy, also one thing that was cool about that is it had just recently surpassed like 2,100 streams, so it's cool to know that people are listening to my music now and the new shit that I'm releasing. They're finally going back and like kind of looking at some of the older projects that I have, and since I got some support like earlier on in my career, that was the actual first compilation of songs that I got to surpass 2,000 streams, so that was a really cool milestone for me. I remember looking at my Spotify for artists and being like, this is really fucking cool. So that's another cool thing about High School Eulogy. The second project that I want to talk about is the follow-up to the High School Eulogy mixtape called The University EP. It was a 9-track EP/album that I had written over the course of adventuring out and like hanging out with my friends at OU and spending time just like partying with my friends, drinking at the kickbacks, and just the experiences that I had acquired over those years. And that one is one that I will hold near and dear to my heart because I was a newly single man and I had just recently broke up with my high school crush, so I felt like I was hot shit. And some of the songs on that are really cool, and it's cool to rewind back and look at how far I've come as a production standpoint. But I just recently listened back and there are some really cool gems that you can find on that album, so go take a listen to that in the University mixtape. It was really cool. Alright, the next rewind that I want to take is a single this time, and it is one of my favorite songs that I've ever released to date. It's a lot of my fans' favorite, a lot of my friends' favorite. It is Roller Coaster featuring Tori Ace. And this one was really cool to me because it was the first time that I ever found another artist like in my hometown that was another really good rapper. We had a really good chemistry that we could just come in the studio like all the time, create, make some really good music. We would play basketball all the time. Tori Ace is now like one of my lifelong friends. He's really cool. I know that the boys always got my back and I always got his, and that was the first single that we had ever released together. And to this day, people still say, like, they'll hit me up on Snapchat or Instagram or Twitter or whatever, and they'll say like, yo, Roller Coaster is still one of my favorite tracks that you've released. And it's also one of my favorites because it was one of the first times where people really hit me up and they were like, hey, this song is really good and it's actually in my playlist with all of my other music. So that one felt really nice. Shout out to Tori Ace for that one. Alright, so the next one that I want to talk about, the next project, is a personal favorite of mine, one of my favorite songs that I've ever released. The 2-piece combo consisting of the Far Freestyle and Triple Double featuring Tori Ace. That one's one that I will hold near and dear to my heart because it's a song that means a lot to me, as in like the time of my life that I was in and becoming my own adult, moving into a new city, you know, acquiring my own apartment, things like that, and like really becoming my own individual person. I just kind of reflected that in my music there, and I really feel like that's a song that's just important to me. And it was cool because moving into the city and gaining new friends and meeting new producers, it was really well received in the community and people really fucked with it, so it gained a lot of traction pretty quickly, and it just made me really excited to see that like I was making the right steps forward and the new environment that I had put myself in really accepted me. So that was a really cool thing about the two-piece combo. So this one's very, very special, one that I will always remember, a milestone that I will definitely never forget anytime soon. Lifelong Friendship was produced out of this track, and I would like to take a moment to talk about my single that I had just released last year, just not too long ago on June 13th, called June. It was a fan favorite. It was a time where I had just met Isodope Beats, not knowing that he was going to be one of my biggest collaborators, one of my best friends moving forward. But the process of making that song with him, and that being co-produced by Aunt Jeanette, and all of the cool things that came about with that track, all of my friends in the city realized like that I was actually really as talented as I, really claimed to be. And they really enjoyed that song. I had played a show, and it was the first time where people actually sang my lyrics back to me. That was a really dope experience. I'll put that clip somewhere right here. It was really cool because I realized for the first time that if I really try hard in marketing myself and being genuine to who I am, that whatever I do with this music shit, like I really will be successful and people will receive it just because it's authentically myself and they know that it's dope. The final installment thus far with the Fresh Squeeze EP dropping last year on July 15th. It was a 5-track mixtape featuring June, Fine Women, With Me, Settle Down, and That's Right featuring Tori Ace. That is a special project to me because it was the first time that I put together a whole compilation of songs, and it meant something to me as not just in the songs or creating the music, but I put in time to create the whole project with it, whether it be the visuals and the canvases for Spotify, whether it was the cover art, and Sarah and I meticulously putting together the scene and making sure that everything was correct, because we wanted to make sure that the cover art captured the vibe of the mixtape and the summer feeling that we were looking for. So that was a really just a whole around, all around a team effort, as far as the producers that worked with me, and Aunt Jeanette, Isodope, J-Boy Beats was on that one, Tori Ace had a feature on the last song, Sarah helping me out with the cover art, as a whole unit, and as everybody that I had met just recently moving into a new city, and us teaming up and putting together this project, and finally putting out the the final product, and really feeling good about it, as in yo, this is the best possible thing that you could have put out. That was the first time that I had felt really achieved in myself, and that is one that I will definitely never forget. So with that being said, I have all of these songs written down on a piece of paper. This is my entire career right here. This is 53 songs, and I didn't just write this yesterday. I've been keeping this for many years. I write down every time I release a new song. So on April 10th, I will add another song to this called 24 Hours, and I really need you guys to tune in. You can pre-save it right now using the link in my bio. It helps more than you'll ever know, and I cannot wait to add the 54th installment this Monday on April 10th, coming to you live, 24 hours. Deuces, y'all, be safe, love you.